Hey, welcome back. I hope everybody is having a great Friday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today on the channel, guys, as you know, with the announcement of Panthor for Masterverse line, which I feel, and maybe you do feel the same way, that is long overdue, I thought it'd be kind of fun to take a look at all the versions of Panthor and Battlecat in the history of the Master Universe. And you see right here, this is all my loose versions, and some are customized as well. You've got Duplicat here and Anti-Eternia Battlecat right here. There's Cringer, and you got Masterverse Battlecat here. Battle armored or battled damaged Battlecat and regular Battlecat. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to take a little stroll down memory lane and take a look at all the versions of this fierce cat in the history of Master Universe. And let me know in the comments below what's been your favorite version of Battlecat or Panthor. Now I will admit that I have more Battlecats than Panthor, or Duplicats, or this was a full. These two right here are full customizations, thanks to a good friend of mine, Jimmy Kellogg. But let me know in the comments below what's been your favorite version of Panthor or Battlecat or both in your collection. All right. Now, thanks to Pixel Dan, we'll look at the vintage versions of Battlecat, Panthor, 2000X line, the Classics line. Maybe you're a big fan of the Mondo versions of Battlecat and Panthor. There are some very beautiful, very amazing looking Battlecat and Panthors in the Mondo field here, in the line right here. And we'll also look at miniature figures and Funko Pops of Battlecat and Panthor, and just have a lot of fun. All right. Now, of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope everyone hits that like button, and thank you for doing that. Of course, helps my channel to get out there to grow. So thank you for hitting that like button, that thumbs up button. Hit that notification bell when you upload new videos, and please share this video who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at these fearsome felines. All right. Now, this might be a two-part episode, okay, depending on how far I go here for part one here. I'll try to get them all done, but if I can't, it'll be definitely a two-part episode. All right. So here we go. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to pause the video real fast, and we'll get everything out of the way, and we'll take a look at the first version of Battlecat and Panthor from the 80s line. All right, the vintage line. All right, hang on, guys. Alright guys, now I don't have the vintage versions of Battlecat and Panthor in my collection. I know, I'm sorry about that. But here, thanks to Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics, here is the first version of Battlecat right here. So there he is, came out in 1982. There's good old Battlecat. Something I definitely need to add to my collection. There he is. In this package art right here, it's going to look very familiar from the Origins version right there. The cross-cell, there he is. Front to back, size, and there was a variant. If you did not know, there was a very rare variant where the stripes would go down the tail right here. Right there. This is an extremely rare early version of Battlecat. And there was some deco in the mouth, I guess. There's some yellow paint around the lips of Battlecat here. So you have this version in your collection. This is a very rare variant right here. Alright. There it is. Pretty cool. So today on the channel, guys, I think I'm just going to show you the vintage 80s versions of Battlecat and Panthor, and look at all the Origins versions of Battlecat and Panthor in the collection for part 1. Part 2, we'll look at the CGI version, the 2000X, the Classics versions, and go from there. Mini figures, Funko Pops. All right. Now moving on to Panthor. Hang on. Here's Panthor. Came out a year later, 1983. Of course, this version was very unique. It's basically the same, cat, but of course we all know it's famous because it's been flocked. It's purple, looks beautiful. It is right there. All right. Awesome. Very cool. Little fun fact. I'll pause that right there so you guys can read that. Now, moving on to our actual first Battlecat in my collection, which is right here. I'll show you the box art as well. There it is. There's the box art right here, the little Battlecat. And you see that they pay tribute to the vintage 80s line with this gorgeous artwork right here. Give you that 80s feel. There's a He-Man right there. You got Castle Grayskull. Came out in 2020, part of Wave 1. Battlecat, the Fighting Tiger. And there he is. Alright, beautiful. And of course, I do have a loose version, as you know. I have him right here. I'm going to put him on my turntable. There he is. Now, of course, you know, this is a great Battle Cat. As you know, the vintage versions didn't have articulation like the Origins figures do, but, you know, this line does pay, like, you know, we know, it pays tribute to the 80s line with more, you know, articulation, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect. And I do hope with the cartoon collection, we just got that Cringer, which I will show today's video. He did some more articulation. It's a much improved version of the cat, you know, in this line. And I do hope we will get a Filmation cartoon collection version of Battle Cat in our collection with some more articulation. But still, this is still a great looking Battle Cat. You know, it's not perfect, but it's still great. Take the mask off right there. You got the vintage style look of Battle Cat, articulated mouth. You can bend at the, you know, the elbows or the legs right here. Perfect version of Battle Cat here. All right, another little turn right there. And I'm also curious about a couple of things. You know, I'm curious. I'm very curious if the Turtles of Grayskull line will give us a mutated version of Battle Cat. I think that would be extremely cool. Of getting Battle Cat and Panthor in the collection, and I hope so with Panthor too, with the cartoon collection. I hope to get a Filmation style Panthor in the collection. I think that would be awesome to get for us collectors. But there you go. There's my first Wave 1 version of Battle Cat. All right. Now the next figure we're going to look at in Origins, of course, is Panthor. The first version of Panthor, the one that made people a little upset. As collectors, okay? So here's that version of Panthor. All right, there he is. We got that version right here. I'll put him on the turntable as well. There he is. So this version of Panthor came out, and there's a little story. So this version of Panthor was the first version. Now, of course, as longtime collectors like myself, we're a little upset because, as you notice right here, this version of Panthor is not flocked. So a lot of people, a lot of collectors, you know, were a little upset about this. And of course, Mattel, you know, did change it, and we did get a flocked version of Panthor, which I will show next. So this version of Panthor is not flocked. Now, this was originally, at least this originally was at Walmart. Okay, this version of Panthor right here, for me, was at Walmart. Okay, so when the flocked version came out, Walmart got the rights to every flocked figure in Master Universe Origins, okay, or I think in any Master Universe line, you know, Masterverse, CGI, you know, at the time. And so this version of Panthor became a Target exclusive. Once Target got the rights, finally, to get the Masterverse Origins figures in their, you know, in their store, in the retail store, all the flocked versions were at Walmart, and the non-flocked versions were at Target. So this became a Target exclusive, all right? But there it is. I mean, same as Battle Cat. It looks amazing. So here, I'm turning on the turntable right there. I love the glamour shot of Skeletor right there, riding him into battle. All right, run it back. Some beautiful, gorgeous artwork right there. Amazing, absolutely amazing right there. All right. Now moving right along with, you know, with my look at all my kitty cats, I guess you can call it. We have the flock version of Panthor right here, which was a Walmart exclusive. Right there, it was a little bit higher in price. So we have this version right here. Gives you that more of that 80s feel, you know. And I am curious if we do get a cartoon collection version of Panthor, or, you know, will we get that flock version? And that's another thing I noticed with the new version, unless I'm not seeing it correctly, with the release of the Masterverse version of Panthor. My apologies. I don't think it was flocked. Let me know if you. I hope it's flocked. I really do. But I mean, maybe it's just like a rendering, just a little, like, you know, dimmy, you know, version of Panthor coming to the Masters line, and was not fully complete yet. But I'm very curious if it's going to be flocked or not, the Masters version. But we did, but back to, you know, the collector's edition Panthor figure. So there he is, fully flocked. Looks amazing. He still kept that articulation right there. Absolutely amazing. Of course, the same exact box art from the first version. Skeletor once again riding Battle Cat. I'm sorry, I keep saying Battle Cat. Panthor. You got the realistic fur, the collector's edition, right there. Got the Spirit of Grayskull. There's He-Man. There's Teela. Of course, the same exact artwork as before in the back. There's no difference. So this became a Walmart exclusive. All right. Now moving right along, we got another variant or version of Battle Cat in the Masterverse, in the Origins line, and we have this version, which I gotta say one of the coolest versions that came out during the Origins line. This is the Battlefield Warriors version of Battle Cat with He-Man, and for the first time we see a He-Man and a Battle Cat that, you know, has damaged, it's bloody, it's cut up. I thought that was a really cool, you know, unique thing they did with this line, or this figure here. Because when you picture He-Man and Battle Cat, you know, I mean, when you're watching it on Filmation, or in the 2000X line, or the Adventures of He-Man, or anywhere, you know, you never saw a He-Man that was bloody, you know, cut up, damaged. And then you also have a Battle Cat in the same way. I mean, I think that was a really cool thing. It's basically the same Battle Cat, you know. As before, I love the glamour shot right there. He-Man right there. And Battle Cat, about to, you know, take on the Skeletor or the Horde or the Snake Men right there. They came up with this really cool base right there, that which you could add to the back of Grayskull if you wished to expand your Grayskull playset. But what a cool concept right here. I love it. I love the, you know, the damaged, that, you know, even though they're the most powerful, you know, beings, you know, in the universe, they can still, you know, have, you know, they can still bleed. And I think that's a cool thing, really cool. And the same, you know, it's the same exact articulation. Once again, with Battle Cat, you can move the legs and arms. The mouth can, you know, it's the same head sculpt as before. Let me get it off here real fast. Here, turn my thing off here. Same exact face sculpt as the Wave 1 version of Battle Cat. There's no differences. It's just, as you can see, there's some these bloody, cut up, you know, damaged version right here. All right. And once again, let me know in the comments below what's been your favorite version of Battle Cat and Panthor in your collection. What line? Are you a big 80s line, you know, fan of the Battle Cat, or Origins, or Masterverse now? Or, you know, the CGI even had a Battle Cat. No Panthor, unfortunately. Maybe the 2000X line of Battle Cat and Panthor is your favorite versions, like, or even Mondo. Like I said, came out with some amazing versions of Battle Cat and Panthor. All right. But moving right along. All right, then we have this version, which was a very, I think it was a PowerCon exclusive Mechanical Mimics version right here. And it's almost similar to that Battle Cat Battlefield Warriors version. You got Faker and Duplicate right there, with Snake Mountain right there. The background, and this is Leo Faker. Now this is not normal Faker, this is Leo Faker. You can tell with the eyes right there. This is the Leo Faker version. It came with some extra accessories, with the power sword and the orange version of the Havoc staff. And there's Duplicate right here. I think this was a very first time in the line getting this cat for Faker. All right, I think this was created by a fan that Mattel loved, and they used it for this particular 2-pack right here. But he looks amazing. I love the mechanic jaw. And speaking of which, thanks to a good friend of mine, he did customize me one. And he customized me a version of Panthor to give me my own kind of version of Duplicate. I'll get this out of the way, right there. So there you go. So here's his version, the version I have, customized right here. And he looks, I think he did a great job. He did an amazing job getting this, doing this for me. This is normal Faker right here. You can see because the eyes are, this is not as Leo Faker. Of course, this version is now sold out, and you might have to pay, A little hefty price now. I hope you don't. I hope you can find it online, at your retail or online store like eBay. Maybe you can. I don't know. But it is sold out now. This was a Mattel Creations exclusive too, I do believe, and probably a San Diego Comic Con or PowerCon exclusive. Now, my version, of course, does not have these really cool mechanical feet right here to put on the front of Duplicat, but still a great looking figure here. All right, around the back here. Now the back here is like probably one of my favorite backs right here. Look at this artwork right here. Look at that. I mean, come on. Absolutely amazing. I guess this is the spirit of Snake Mountain, maybe. I don't know. You got some evil witch right here. Got some lizards, and you got, Flying Fist He-Man. Look at that. Come on. Look at that. Full background. Beautiful artwork right there. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Awesome. Look at that. All right. Now, this next one was another customization that my friend made for me for my Anti-Eternia He-Man figure. And basically, it's Anti-Eternia Battle Cat right here. And once again, he did an amazing job right here with the look and feel of this version of Battle Cat. Take this right there. Look at that with the mask right there. Look at that. I mean, beautiful. The detail looks great. It's dark. It's sinister. Exactly what I wanted for this figure here. I mean, and I figure, like, I would love Mattel give us, for us collectors, a real, Anti-Eternia, line, like Anti-Eternia He-Man, Anti-Eternia Teela, and Man-at-Arms, Orko. I mean, this universe where it's all pure evil. I think it was from a mini comic book, I believe, from Germany. I might be wrong about that, but I do know it's from a mini comic. And I would love to get more of these Anti-Eternia figures, in this universe, in the Origins line. But this looks absolutely amazing. It looks gorgeous right here. All right. I think we got one more to look at before we end the video today. All right. And of course, I've got to mention, of course, we just looked at this not too long ago. We have the Cartoon Collection Prince Adam and Cringer 2-pack. And here's old Cringer right here. There he is. So I get the camera right here. And I got to say, this is probably one of my favorite, and this is, and like I said in my original review of Cringer, in this 2-pack here, we don't get a whole lot of Cringer, in this universe. Very rare. I think he only showed up at one time, and one time only in classics. And like I said, with another figure that we rarely see in the Masters line, which is kind of odd to me. And he was part of that 2-pack with Queen Marlena, two iconic figures, in this universe. And I'm still hoping to get a Queen Marlena, and in Origins. You can do a vintage Origins version of Queen Marlena. You can do the Cartoon Collection. You can do the Turtles of Grayskull. I mean, even the Masters line hasn't yet to give us a Queen Marlena or even a King Randor. But as far as Queen Marlena and it's just odd to me. Like, this is it's He-Man's mom, and She-Ra's mom too. It's just crazy to me why we have not yet gotten a version of Queen Marlena. And I know it's about the cats, I know that, but it's just odd to me. Because like her, we're getting very rare on Cringer. And finally, we got a Cringer figure that is absolutely amazing. The articulation and the updated articulation, what I was talking about right here, with the more of the articulated, paws right here and the arms right here. And something I do hope that we get hopefully we get a Cartoon Collection version of Battle Cat for us collectors. More articulation in the mouth. I mean, it looks great. The expression looks great. Everything. You can even see like that tail. They kind of gave us that striped tail, like the old school, very first version of Battle Cat that came out. But what a great figure. I mean, awesome, awesome figure. I love the expressions, like I said. And it came with two expressions, and I picked this one over the other one. But this one here looks great too. There he is, with Prince Adam, his buddy. But what an awesome, awesome figure, and probably one of my favorite versions of Battle Cat, or it's Battle Cat. You can say it. It's Cringer, but this is Battle Cat, and I just love the expression. I cannot wait to get a Filmation style, cartoon collection version, and I hope they do give us that, along with Panthor 2. A version of Battle Cat, in this universe, in the cartoon collection universe. And like I said, I hope that we get like a Turtles of Grayskull version, mutated, version of Battle Cat. I think that'd be really cool. Seeing the see-through clear green plastic. We've seen like with Moss Man and with Merman. Like that. You can see the ooze out veins. This big monster version of Battle Cat and Panthor in this universe, and Turtles of Grayskull line. I mean, I cannot wait, and I hope that does come true. All right, but there you go, guys. There's a look at all right now of my versions of Battle Cat and Panthor in my collection in Origins. We looked at the vintage line of the Battle Cat and Panthor, and we looked at every Origins version of Battle Cat and Panthor, and I sprinkled in some customization versions of Duplicate and Anti-Eternia Battle Cat. So let me know once again in the channel. You don't have to, but I like to share. I hope people will share. What's been your favorite version of Battle Cat in your collection? It could be the 80s, the 2000X, the classics versions. I mean CGI. Masterverse, Funko Pops, Mondo. So let me know, guys. Let me know. All right. All right. So we're gonna take the time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to hit that notification bell when you know I upload new videos. And tomorrow we'll do part 2. Part 2 will consist of looking at the 2000X line. All right. Classics versions of Battle Cat and Panthor. All right. CGI line and Masters line. All right. So I hope you guys have a great Friday, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care and have a good one, everybody.